Hola and welcome to the Forensic Detailing channel. This is without doubt the most sensible way to wash your car ever, especially when it's winter. I'll tell you why in a second. So this is all about really a 20-minute wash, minimal equipment, minimal time, get your car washed early in the morning on a weekend and you're done. You're done, you can go about the rest of your day. What do you need? You need your pressure washer, and I'm just using a small pressure washer here. This is it P60 or P55 Go? It's got plenty of grunt. I'm using one bucket that's just got water in it, a bit of residue foam from where I've used it before, but you could put a little bit of wash solution, shampoo in there if you want to, but just water essentially, and about 10 litres of water only. Your wash mitt, some wheel brushes there, and a hogs there, and that's actually some detail spray that's Built Hamber QD, down at 1 to 10, my magic ratio. You can go at 1 to 20 though. Snow foam lance, and in here I have touchless, Built Hamber touchless, and I have about that much to water, about sort of 30 to 70 or something like that. So what we would do is, first thing, while the car's dry, we would go and foam it over, cover the car in snow foam, let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes. That's all you need with touchless. It's done all its work very rapidly. Just don't let it dry. Blast it all off, blast out all the wheels, all the wheel arches, all that sort of stuff. Then, don't use all of that. Leave yourself a little bit at the bottom, and you can dial this back a little bit because that's at quite a strong PIR. Put another layer of foam all over the car. Go back over it with your noodle wash mitt and your rinse, so you can do a pass with the wash mitt and clean it out in that bucket. Wash all of that car off, okay? Just wash it all off. You can still leave it wet, and then once you've done that, you take the same bucket, and then you, at the end, you use that bucket with those. You can hook up a bottle of APC if you want, you know, or wheel clean or whatever you like. You then brush out your wheels, your arches, and then do a final rinse down on the car, okay? When you're contact washing the car, take one of those hog's hair brushes and just get in all the nooks and crevices, okay? Then do that final rinse, get it all down, then plaster it, mist all that Built Hamber spray all over the car, then get your drying towel, dry it off, and I'll bring the car into the garage. Could be using the car later on today. It's to that stage where when I do use it, the whole week is raining, so the car's going to get wet. This is just a quick way of managing and keeping on top of the dirt. And once I've finished, you know, it doesn't take me 5 minutes, it doesn't take me 20 seconds to put everything away. The cool thing is, as well, I know we're using less water really, probably about 10 litres in the bucket, and however much it costs to do really the final rinse down and the snow foaming. So a lot less water, less than 15 litres overall water. And if I was doing it, you know, I used to have 3 buckets. You know, I'd have 15 litres of wash solution, at least 15 litres, maybe 17 litres of wash solution, 17 litres of a rinse bucket, and 17 litres of wheel shampoo. That's getting on to like, what, 55 litres of water. So that's quite a lot of water. So if you're just doing this quick method, you're probably using a third at least less water. If everyone in the UK used a third less water, we'd save 30 litres of water per household per week, per car, which would be quite a lot of water. Anyway, the one thing we're not short of here in the UK is water, although some of you will tell me we are. So that is really how I go about doing this. Is that wash method appropriate for everybody? Can you still spend 3 or 4 hours doing your car? Yeah, sometimes you need to, don't you, if it gets really dirty and you really just want to clean it everywhere and everything, and you could still do all your, you know, 2 buckets and 3 buckets or whatever every now and then when you want to. But this is just like a quick wash for me. The older I get, the lazier I get. Still want to do a good job, but want to do it very, very quickly because it's also cold as well, and you get wet feet and you get wet, and so you know, you just want to get it done, don't you? Saying that, it's quite a pleasant day today actually, funny enough. It's supposed to be pouring down, but it's not. So there we go, guys. That is the quick wash method. One really controversial or interesting thing that I want to talk about, because we're snow foaming the car first with Built Hamber touchless, nothing controversial about that. But then after we've done our pre-rinse and pressure wash down, we're going to then cover the car in Built Hamber touchless again. And you could argue, and I have argued, you know, there's differences between a contact wash shampoo and a pre-wash, and Built Hamber Touchless is not a contactless wash shampoo, John. It doesn't have the lubrication. Well, I'm not sure about all of that. But basically, you know how I work. I want my contact wash shampoo, contact wash pre-wash snow foam to get off loads of dirt, especially this time of year. I want that surface to look clean, so that when I wash it, I'm thinking, well, I don't really need to do this. It's already clean, but it's not, you know, but it's nearly there. So I don't think all this lubricity is all that important. I'm just looking for the golden rule of cleaning an already clean car means you're probably less likely to scratch it. That and a good cheap Chanel noodle, and you just don't really pick up scratches and swirls. I don't do anything clever. My car, this thing is not getting swelled up, I can promise you. So yeah, it works. And the funny thing is, Touchless is a really good cleaner. You know, I've used this method before, but with other products as well. You know, Autoglib got it with Polar Blast, Polar Wash, where you just, you know, you don't use a bucket wash so much. But if in doubt, and you're in that camp that doesn't like the idea of contact washing with a pre-wash, just put a little bit of solution, you know, 5 ml of auto wash into your wash bucket, and then you're using that contact wash shampoo solution. But I don't think it really makes any difference, not I can see. It's cheaper as well, you've got one less product. So there we go. You know, I'll always have a contact wash shampoo as well, but this method just works really, really well. Dirt seems to melt with Touchless for whatever reason. Maybe it's fact, like I've said before, it's a really strong, pure surfactant product. It's not, you know, some of them are watered down, I've got lots of foaming agent in there, a little bit of the cheap stuff, the caustic, you know, caustic soda and stuff. So they still pack a punch, even though they're like watery and they've got a lot of water in them. Whereas the Built Hamber stuff is just a really strong mix of surfactant at a very high concentration. You use it at quite a high PIR anyway, and the net result of that is it has a real strong dirt melting effect, degreasing effect, you know, a contactless cleaning effect, so that you get 99% or 95 or whatever that dirt off. So many times, and I'm not just saying this, it happened to me when I came back from Wales and I had all the dirt film there. If I go and use another pre-wash, it just doesn't do it. And like, I'll wash the car with that pre-wash and it's still wet. Then I'll contact wash it and I think, this is a bit dirtier than normal, but it's hard to tell because it's wet. And then I get the car inside and it dries, and all the bits where you don't quite wipe, you can leave a little bit of dirt. When you use Touchless, that never happens because it gets so much of the dirt off. It's just so much more effective. So yeah, it's a really good product, isn't it? So let me know if you've got little, you know, I don't follow the norm. I don't follow anyone else's process. I just wash my car the way I want to wash it. And I'll look, and if things need changing, I'll change them. But for me, it's all about speed. It's about not, you know, being wary of the cost per wash of everything I'm using. And you know how I roll. I don't use stuff that has ridiculous cost per wash when there's stuff out there that has penny cost per wash. I just don't do it. Because these are good quality, these things that have penny cost per wash. If your cost per wash, cost per pre-wash, cost per wheel wash, cost per APC, cost for detail spray, cost for interior spray, cost for ceramic this, cost for that thing. You know, when you add it all up, you can go and wash your car at home and end up spending 20 quid on products because it can be that expensive. So you've got to be careful. The whole point of doing it at home is you save some money. Should be, you can get so caught up in it. There you go. So that's my contactless wash method. Let me know in the comments if you have a devious mind and you deviate away from the detailing design standards. So I was going to go for the DDD, the bouncing D. Do you do anything different from the norm? Or do you follow the accepted wisdom of the fully committed detailing process? Okay, stop. Never do humour. Take care, guys. Do not forget to subscribe if you're into all of this. What else is going on? Lots of stuff's going on. I'm looking over in that corner there. We've got some videos on extraction, some new extractors coming, which I'm going to get my car cleaned and have a really good play around with those today and shoot some sort of footage of them. But just get some footage of them while they're all nice and new and kind of, you know, shiny. And then play around with them without the camera just to get a feel for them. And then tomorrow I'm going to do a bit more shooting on those. So that should be interesting. What else? There may be a new car in the pipeline. There may be a new car in the pipeline. I'll tell you all about that later on, so don't forget to subscribe. Been loving only having one on my drive and one in storage. God, it's liberating not having to constantly cycle and clean cars, but cars are addictive, and there's possibly a cool one that's come up. There's always pros and cons. There's pros and cons, but there's a new car come up that's a little bit different. I think it'd be really good for the channel, and I really like it, which is cool. So yeah, stay tuned. Do not forget to subscribe. If you want to get closer to the community, come and join us on the Patreon page. Patreon has just done a sort of update where they've now started this chat group thing. So I'm going to have a think about how I can utilise that to make more active kind of communication in the Patreon community. So at the moment I've created a chat group that we're using, but then I want to create separate chat groups. I'll probably create a chat group for product reviews so that the patrons can chat about what products they've heard about or what they want me to look at. And that's a good way of just having a conversation around products, and it keeps me in tune with you guys, which keep me in tune with what I need to be looking at. Probably have a chat group for the best of videos, because I'm going to be doing another one of those soon. It's been a while, hasn't it? What was the last one? Was it citruses? Was the last one? Or was it glass cleaners? I think it might be in glass cleaners. So we need to crack on with a few of those. So I feed back from the patrons what they want, you know, what they think would be a good next one of those. And you get the idea. And I'll probably create some other chat groups as well. Patreon has long overdue needed this sense of community. The app has been so bad, but now I think at least they're changing some stuff. It's not perfect still. It's not perfect, and I've noticed Patreon is kind of, as an organisation, I think it's been dying a little bit. And I think they're trying to get back. You know, when an organisation's doing well, they don't do anything. When they're in trouble, they'll do stuff. So I think they're trying to do stuff to get it better. Might be a little bit too late though. Who knows? So it had a lot of potential, but it didn't. It's so static as an app. But anyway, I'll put the link in the description if you want to join us on the Patreon community. Monthly giveaways of prizes, which is really, really cool. And what else? All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. Take care. Subscribe. See you soon. Doug. What an edit.